Peace, family. Peace, family. How's everybody doing today? So today, as I was sitting back, I was thinking about life. I was thinking about the state of the world and where we are as men. And we're living in some crazy times, bro. We're really living in some wild times right now as men. And I want to talk about it. I think here at Men Are Needed, we definitely obviously have a passion for helping men. We understand that we're battling as men and we're truly going through trials and tribulations. And it's really difficult on a lot of us as men. So I think now more than ever, we need to start a movement. Men Are Needed is the movement. We need it now. We need to start this now. We need to show the world that men can be appreciated, men can be valued, and we need to come together, brother. We need to unite. We need to show each other that this is a movement that we're going to create collectively as men. And we're going to show the world that men can be great, that men can build bonds, that men can unite. And we need to show each other that our minds cannot continue to go down a dark path of wicked thoughts, of evil thoughts, of self deletion thoughts, of not wanting to be here. Man, bro, I'm seeing it more and more. Men are tired. Men want to give up. Men are anxious. Men are hopeless. Men are depressed. And men are truly not having any purpose in life. And as we're talking about these movements that we're about to create here at Men Are Needed, I want to say that I think I want to have more mental health check ins. I think it's important for us to have these just to talk about the nature of men's mind, where we're at, where our mindsets are, where our mental health is. I think a lot of us have been shamed to talk about, not, a lot of us have been shamed not to talk about our mental health and just man up and stop being soft. And I think there's a time and place for that. But as I look around at men, a lot of men are truly hurting on the inside, bro. A lot of men, their mental health is completely gone. That's why we need to have more mental health check-ins. We need to just discuss what we're feeling, what we're going through, what we're seeing out in the world. And it's important for us to do that. Me specifically, where I'm at with it right now, I think I'm battling like a lot of men just to truly find out what's happening in society as men. Obviously, we're told we can't be masculine. We're told that we got to fit into this box. And I'm feeling it. I'm going to be honest, bro. I'm feeling it now more than ever. I'm feeling this little box that they put me into just because I think I finally tapped into my God given ability, which is this community here at Men Are Needed. I have a passion for men, I have a passion for helping men. And I'm suffering with the visions of greatness, the visions of helping men out, starting a community, starting this movement, and letting this spread so we can show men that there's more to life than just wanting to off yourself and being lonely, being sad and depressed. So what's happening with me right now is basically I'm going to my job and I'm feeling the 9 to 5 rat race is taking a toll on me, which I know a lot of men can relate. You're going around these toxic coworkers, you're going around toxic environments that they truly just drain your soul. These jobs drain your energy. There's a reason why a lot of people say jobs are just over broke. And I know this is a big battle for a lot of us as men. Our mindsets are off right now because our jobs suck. They hate waking up, going to a job that's not pouring back into them, that's not fulfilling their purpose, that's not truly what they're passionate about. And it's difficult finding a reason to wake up. Then you go to your job, you might get reprimanded. They might tell you you're not doing a good enough job. They might tell you that you need to pick up the pace, but you feel like you're doing enough. And then you're getting your paycheck. Your paycheck doesn't feel like it's enough. Then you're feeling like a slave to this matrix because then you have to just continue to go to work. So you like, man, this life sucks kind of. It has to be more than this. And I know a lot of us as men can relate. That's the one of the biggest problems that we have as men. And then on top of that, they're lonely. So we as men need to discuss these, just talk about this, man. Just have somebody to vent to. And because a lot of us don't have friends in real life, a lot of us don't have people that they can call and motivate them, inspire. So they just need somebody to relate to them. So if that's you, that's why I want you to join our movement. That's why I want you to be a part of our community. That's why I want you to join Men Are Needed, tap into these lives. I think I'm gonna try to do them more often because I think it's important for us if we can come into these lives and just talk about what's happening. You can just leave a comment. Let me know where your mindset is. Let me know what you're battling. Is it depression? Are you depressed right now? A lot of men that I know are depressed. Like I said, jobs could be a reason. They're depressed because they're seeing that society, they woke up to the truth that society doesn't care about you, man. You've been lied to. You've been deceived. You've been told that if you just be a quote unquote good member of society, that you will be rewarded. And the reward is not happening right now. A lot of us aren't getting rewarded at all. And you feel the effect of that. Now, a lot of times as men, we're not gonna get any rewards, bro. You just gotta suck it up and just do what you have to do and keep fighting, keep progressing and taking small wins. But I think a lot of men are realizing there has to be more than just this, because if that's the point, this is not really truly making me feel good on the inside. So a lot of us seek happiness, but then we truly realize that happiness for a lot of men is not going to happen. So we get whole lot of mixed messages as men. We get a whole lot of distorted realities. And then you start seeing that a lot of this is just an illusion. Is my freedom just an illusion? Am I brought here just to be a battery? Literally, they're just sucking our energy and not pouring back into us. A lot of people don't support. A lot of people won't help you out. A lot of people won't care about you. So it's no wonder why our mental health right now, we're at a state in like a crisis as men. It's literally a crisis. It's literally a time period that I've never seen, especially because inflation. It's just like the energy is different right now. The energy is off. There's something happening. There's something shifting. And I can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe it's the end times. Maybe it's the times that the Bible talks about. Maybe there's going to be a great change happening. But I think that's why I started this movement. That's why I think we need this movement as men. We can create change. We can spark change. We can initiate change, and we can start a movement together and allow this to spread. I mean, look at all these other movements that go viral, like feminism. Why can't we have a movement that celebrates men, that shows men they are appreciated, they're valued, they're great, they can be awesome? Why can't we start like just a movement like that? Just get that to go viral, just so one man can maybe hear the message and feel good. If one man can hear the message, he can soak up just one positive message. He can go out in the world and have some purpose and not want to give up. I think that's amazing. I think that's something that we should strive for in this community, because how many men do you know? Just it might be you. You might want to give up. You might want to quit. You might say that life sucks. And honestly, truthfully, sometimes it does. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. Life's not always fun. Life's not always about rainbows and sunshines. As men, I have my battles just like you. There's a lot of times where I don't want to get up. There's a lot of times where I don't want to go to the gym. And I'm just being real, man. A lot of people on social media, that's the thing. They're fake. We live in a fake society. A lot of people won't be real. They won't be vulnerable with you because they want to put on this facade that they're the most toughest, strongest, masculine man. And that's not the truth, bro. I don't care what anybody says. That man can act like he's so tough, but behind closed doors, he might be bawling his eyes out. He might be crying. He might be venting to his woman, or he might be calling his homeboys like, man, this is what's happening. But I think this is important though. We need to have, if you don't have a friend, that's why I started this community. It's for us. It's not for me. I mean, part of this is therapy for me, just to go on here and just talk to you guys. It is kind of therapy for me. But I think we're lonely. How many men do you know that are lonely? I talk to a lot of guys. You know how many guys tell me in real life, they're like, I don't have nobody to talk to. I'm so glad that you're just willing to listen to me. I wanted to kill myself. They'll tell me that, bro, straight up. Like I didn't want to live no more. So just by you listening to me, you hearing me out, this allowed me to get up and fight. I just needed somebody. I needed a little glimpse of hope. Now, just imagine if we here at Men Are Needed expanded that and affected 1,000 and 10,000, 100,000, and we just supported each other. That would be amazing, bro. And then you would have a sense of purpose. Sometimes you just need to have a purpose too. If you can help other brothers out, this is going to be a movement, bro. I really believe this is going to grow into something positive, something that's going to help us out. But we'll throw in the real truth too, though. We're not going to just always be positive. And that's why some people, I've noticed on my channel specifically, when I speak like messages that are too truthful or messages that are real, like life sucks sometimes, bro. Life's not fun. Like we're gonna battle, we're gonna have to fight. I'll see my subscriber count go down. I lose, and I'm not doing it for subscribers. I keep it real with you. I'm not. I'm doing this to really help people out. I'm doing this to really create change in society. But when I speak about the other side, which I think we need to have balance, no man is going to be out here happy 90% of the time. Like, I don't know who told you guys these lies, bro. That's not how it is. And then on the opposite side too, though, I don't think a man should be out here 90% of the time being depressed, being anxious, being hopeless, and just really sad all the time. I think we should have a good balance. And that's what I want to start creating here. I got a lot of videos coming in, but I do want to start these mental health check-ins just to see where we're at as a community with our mindset, just to see where our mental health is. Like I said earlier in my video, I'm battling the fact that I know that I could be doing more in my life. And I feel like sometimes that gets to you. It really does. Like, man, I could be doing more. I could be doing more. And that's the anxiousness, that's the anxiety. And you're not living in the moment. And it's difficult sometimes because our brain wants to take us to the future. It wants to take us to the past. It doesn't want to live in the moment. And it can be difficult, man. Trust me. I'm not saying that I got everything figured out. I'm not saying that I got all the answers. I don't think anybody does. But I do believe that as one of my biggest battle, I guess you could say, is anxiety sometimes because I just want to get to where I need to get to sometimes. I can see greatness. I feel greatness. I just sense it through the course of my veins. And I know there's more than life than just this. But then at the same time, I have to pull myself back and be like, man, enjoy the process, trust the process, and live in the moment, live in the now. Just be happy with where you came. And that's the program that we're all battling. That's the algorithm that's running in our mind. That's what most of us face, especially as men. And then on the opposite side, a lot of us are depressed because of society. You're not at where you're at, so that can cause not only anxiety, but it can cause depression too, because you could be doing more. That you messed up. You might have failed one or two times. So that's playing mind games on you. That's playing tricks on your mind. So Satan, that enemy, does a great job, bro. I will give him credit. He does a great job, especially right now. I think ever since 2020, something shifted, something changed, and it really created a shift in society to now where a lot of us went through some type of spiritual awakening. So we happen to see the truth, and we happen to see that it's not all cracked up to what it should be, meaning specifically, we sometimes have been told that, yeah, you can get American dream. Yeah, you can have a nice car. Yeah, you can have nice clothes. Yeah, you can get women. But when you get them all, you're like, man, what? This is not bringing any fulfillment. This is not bringing any happiness. This is not bringing any joy. So then you start to realize it's all an illusion. So then I think that's where a lot of men are. They're going on a self discovery journey of self. And it's difficult because you have to find out who you are in a society that's constantly trying to program and tell you who you need to be. So it's not easy for us a lot of times. It's really difficult. And a lot of us don't have any knowledge of thyself. And I think that's a continual process that we need to go down. That's something that we need to continue to strive for. But I want you to be a part of this movement. I want you to join us here at Men Are Needed. I think this can be something great, but it's up to you guys. It's up to where you guys can see too, because I can see the vision as much as I want. And I think a lot of people have been supporting, but I know you have to be ready, bro. I know you're ready as a man to take this to this next level. So let's do it, bro. Let's join forces. Let's unite. Let's create something great here, and let's join forces to build a community like never seen before and talk about real. Let's not bring any fake. Let's try not to be negative all the time. Let's bring some positivity. Let's talk about the battles that we're facing as men. I mean, we could talk about this endlessly because it's an endless battle. All of us are facing something. All of us on a day-to-day is going through something. And we can just talk about that, bro. You could talk about your job. You could talk about women. You could talk about being lonely. You could talk about self-improvement. You could talk about what you're learning. You can talk about what you want to grow to be. You can talk about your vision, your dreams, your imagination. It's an endless self-improvement in general is endless, bro. Being a man is continually about learning and growing, evolving. If anybody says they got it all figured out, they lied to you, my brother. So tap in with these videos, bro. Let me leave a comment. Let me know where your mental health is. What are you battling? What are you facing? What do you have any goals right now? Like I said, my goal is to continue to grow this community. My goal is to continue to pour into you so that I can leave my legacy. Don't you want to leave a legacy on this earth? Don't you want to leave an impact? Don't you want to look forward to when you're 20, 30 years down the line, you're like, man, I did something with my life. Other than work at this job that takes you for granted, doesn't care about you, that might fire you tomorrow, and then you find another job that you hate, and then you're working 30 years, you retire, and you got nothing in the bank, you got no money saved up, you have no future, and that's not leaving a mark. That's not leaving a legacy on society, bro. I think we should all strive for that as men because that's giving us a purpose. That's giving us something to look forward to, and we just need something to look forward to as a man because if you don't, that's why our state is manhood in general is completely distorted, man. The reality of being a man, the reality of understanding who you can be in a society that tells you who you can't be is difficult. And young men specifically, it's difficult on them because they can't navigate this. And a lot of us don't want to speak about this because a lot of us are afraid to be judged. A lot of us think that we're not educated enough to speak about these topics. A lot of us don't want to be vulnerable. A lot of us don't want to be real. So these young men don't have no good leaders to look up to. These young men don't truly know what to do in their life. You know how many 19 to like 25-year-olds I talk to, they're completely lost. They don't know what to do, brother. And I think if you're in your 30s to 40s, it'll be positive just for you to come on here and just leave a comment, let them know what's up, and tap in and leave something for them to understand what manhood is about. So if you could do that for me, if you could leave comments, let's run this up. Let's run these numbers up. Let's tap in. Let's unite. Let's do great things. And I thank you for being a part of this community. If you subscribe, if you like, if you leave a comment, let's start this movement. Men are needed. That's the movement. Peace.